today on 15 on 15.
The new director of Aruba Airport Authority reveals his thoughts and plans for the facility. Plus, in today's lifestyle segment, an app aims to gather affirmative consent from both parties prior to sexual engagement. And ATV celebrates 18 years. Thank you for joining us. I'm Yentl Lieuw. First and foremost, I have to say a big congratulations out to Team 15 and of course ATV on our 18th birthday today. Coming up later on the show, we will have a story on that for you, so be sure to tune in for that. Moving forward, the Aruba Airport Authority is now under new management with Jim Fazio taking on the director role at AAA. We have a one-on-one interview with a former JFK Airport executive to find out more about him and his thoughts on Reina Beatrix Airport. It's been 2 weeks since Jim Fazio took over Peter Steinmetz' role at Aruba Airport Authority. Before taking on the position on the island, he was the Chief Operations Officer at JFK's Terminal 4. He provides us with some information regarding his portfolio.
My aviation background, roughly just shy of 30 years in airport management. I started my career in New York with the Port Authority of New York and New Jersey, where I worked in several airport operations positions. In 1997, the Port Authority elected to privatize the international terminal at JFK. Schiphol Group won the contract for that. At that moment, I left the Port Authority, went to work for Schiphol, and I've been with Schiphol Group managing Terminal 4 since 1997, so for 17 years.
Jim says the main difference he sees so far between Aruba's airport and JFK's Terminal 4 is the volume of traffic. Aruba may have thousands of visitors coming in and out of Reina Beatrix every day, but it is considered slow compared to where Jim came from.
Well, if I had to compare, the obvious difference is that the JFK operation is much, much bigger. Roughly, in our terminal alone, we were doing 17 million passengers. The airport in total, JFK, is over 50 million a year. Here we're doing roughly 2.5 million. However, what I think is a key difference is that in New York, it wasn't the national airport. Here in Aruba, Reina Beatrix Airport is the national airport of Aruba, so it has a different set of challenges and a different significance here in Aruba.
They say first impressions are everything. If that is the case, then Aruba's airport passed the test. Jim says he likes what he sees and can most definitely work with it and improve the facility. He sees plenty of potential as well as talent within his team.
Well, I think I came with an open mind. I'm not really sure what I was going to expect here. What I did find, though, is a very modern, very convenient airport, a team of professionals here that really has a lot of motivation and ambition, a lot of talent, and so there's plenty to work with here. There's been a lot of past successes here at the Aruba Airport, and I'm looking forward to rolling my sleeves up and starting to build on some of those past successes and continue to make the airport a place that everyone here is proud of.
Catch 15 on 15 on Wednesday night for Jim Fazio's plans and vision for Reina Beatrix Airport. He will discuss future plans for the facility, but more importantly, he will address current issues the airport is facing, along with an explanation as to why it is such an advantage for Aruba's airport to be part of the Schiphol Group. So be sure to watch that. And when you drive by L.G. Smith Boulevard, there is a large area on the harbor front dedicated for container space. Also along the way, there are a few rundown buildings as well. It isn't the nicest site to set your eyes on, so good things that there are plans to change this. When you walk by or drive down L.G. Smith Boulevard, this is a large part of your view. Containers and old closed-down buildings covering the ocean view isn't ideal. Investments are set to be made and plans are being drawn up to convert this area into a place for tourists and locals to spend recreational time with an ocean view. Due to the success of the linear park, policymakers believe converting the container area into a park will be practical. When asking one passerby who has been living on the island for 10 years for his thoughts on a transformation for the rundown area, he only had positive things to say.
That is a good idea. You have a nice sea view. You can see the ships coming in. You can go down in the evening. That's like how they do the airport area there. On evenings you park up, you take a look at the planes, stuff like that. It's a good idea.
Transforming the area into a park is part of the plans to create a better Aruba product. Don't go anywhere because coming up right after the break is our lifestyle segment, so stay with us. Welcome back from the break. When out and about at night, you may end up having a few drinks and meeting new people, and you may come across a decision you have to make while intoxicated, and that is whether or not you will go home with someone that night. A new app called Good to Go allows for people to provide affirmative consent prior to making this decision. Take a look. Clear, positive communication is what the app is going for. The Good to Go app walks both parties through simple, clear, open communication about each party's expectation for sexual encounter. All the user has to do is open the app and hand over the phone. The question, "Are you good to go?" will be displayed. 3 options are then displayed. No thanks, yes, but let's talk, and yes, I'm good to go. If yes is selected, it will ask a question regarding sobriety. Afterwards, it will confirm identity with password, and the response is confidentially recorded. The makers of the app promises privacy. The makers of the app say obtaining affirmative consent in advance reduces the risk of assault and regretted encounters. Therefore, it protects both parties. I'm not sure how practical a survey question would be while someone is intoxicated, but the app is creative, I'll give you that. And moving forward, here's a study Aruba practitioners and parents should be aware of. A large American study suggests young children who are given repeated doses of antibiotics are more likely than those given fewer drugs to be obese. U.S. researchers found children who had 4 or more courses by the age of 2 were at a 10% higher risk of being obese. Researchers think after antibiotics, some of the normal bacteria in our gut are more efficient at nudging our weight in the right direction may be killed off, and bacteria that nudge the metabolism in the wrong direction may be more active. But scientists warn this does not show antibiotics cause obesity directly and recommend children to continue to use them. More studies are needed to explain the reasons behind the link. And now drones have the ability to do some pretty amazing things. On the last show, we did a story on a wearable camera flying off your wrist to take a picture and then landing back on your wrist, all thanks to drones. Today, we'll show you what drones can do with ads in the skies. Check it out. Creators of Ads in the Skies by Drones set up the field for takeoff. Spaxels is the name of the company with the capability to write a company's name or slogan in the sky. Spaxels is a whole fleet of drones equipped with LED lights. These drones are capable of creating ads in the sky with their lights. Spaxels make up a drone swarm that can draw 3-dimensional figures in midair. Founders of the company say they create an extraordinary visual experience and open up an unprecedented new dimension of authentic expressions. Impressive. Let's take a break. We'll be back. It's been a busy month here at ATV. On the 22nd, we celebrated 15 on 15's 4 years, and now closing in on the end of this month, we have reached yet another milestone. September 30th is a day very near and dear to our hearts here at ATV. 18 years ago today, the NBC affiliate officially opened its doors and went on air. Let's find out the highs and lows throughout the 18 years here at the station and what can viewers expect for the future. Happy 18th birthday, ATV. The general manager of ATV, Tom Peters, is also the driving force behind the TV station since day one. He looks back on the years fondly. He says the day ATV was born was the day television in Aruba changed forever.
Well, it is, like a delivery of your child, 18 years back. You see it, especially if it's your first child, you see it with a lot of wonders, but a lot of doubts at the same time. And during the years that you follow the career of that same child, this is the same thing. You have up and downs, sometimes the child is good at school, sometimes bad. And ATV was the same thing. We had up and downs, but I would say we had more ups than we had downs.
Tessa Peters has worn many hats throughout the years at ATV. We were able to get personal with a Trend Alert host who says being relatable is key to being an accepted on-air personality.
Well, I started in my early 20s, and I just turned 40. So you can imagine whatever happened between that and 40 is quite a bit. I mean, I came here, I wasn't married, I didn't have children. Now I'm divorced with 4 children. So, so a lot have happened. And one of the beautiful things is growing up on TV is that you become part of the community, and you really become a part of what's happening there and what they want to see on camera. So, and as a person itself, you know, when you have children, when you live and you learn and you have your house and you're paying your bills or you can't pay your bills, you're living like a member of the community. So I like to have those opportunities, those experiences, be like an opportunity for programs, ideas, new subjects.
Channel 15 can be more modern. An update in the technology is where the station is heading towards. 6 years ago, ATV had all the intentions to go digital.
I think one of the first things, and it has been for a long time, that we want to go digital. We're still on analog, and analog is a very old system that it's not, it's always, you could say, obsolete right now. But when we were really ready to launch it was in 2008, and then came the economic crash. And I'm gladly, you know, that I would say there is a power upstairs, you know, that helped it, that we didn't went through those challenges at that time, because otherwise probably ATV would have not survived if we went to make all those investments.
Tom says Team 15 has been able to get through the analog years with the people and creativity. Hang tight, guys, because changes are on its way.
Right now, what we're working is in our talent, our creativity, and our people. And I think without those people, we would have never made it with analog. Right now, analog is actually in the back seat, our people are in the first seat. But once we go digital, I think both of them will be really ready to handle that fast car, moving car in the front seat.
18 years is certainly a big one, so therefore a big congratulations is in order to go out to Tom, Giovanni, Tessa, Kadochi, Emily, Patrick, and others who have been here since day one, and of course for the rest of us as well. Let's rock another 18 years and many more. That is all the time we have for today. Thank you so much for joining us. We'll be back here on Wednesday night starting at 7:15 p.m. with all the latest